then the conclusion must be, assuredly this is the word of the Buddha. It has been rightly understood by this monk. Stop here for a moment. So here, this is a very important part. The Buddha says, if any monk claims that the Buddha taught this and the Buddha taught that, you should not accept, you should not reject, but you must compare it with the suttas and the Vinaya. You see here the Buddha in the first part, the 4.8. Suppose a monk were to say, friends, I have heard and received this from the Lord's own lips. This is Dhamma, this is Vinaya, this is the Master's teaching. You find in the suttas and in the Vinaya books, whenever the Buddha refers to his words, he always says sutta and Dhamma and Vinaya. Dhamma and Vinaya. And later books, they added a third one, which is Abhidhamma. That's why the word Tripitaka came into use. The Buddha never used the word Tripitaka or Tipitaka. The Buddha doesn't even know this word. It was coined by later monks. So in the suttas and the Vinaya, we always find the Buddha says Buddha's teaching is Dhamma Vinaya. And here you can see very clearly Dhamma refers to the suttas. Vinaya is the monastic discipline meant for monks and nuns. So for lay people, your only teacher is the suttas. This is very clear. And this part is also found in the Anguttara Nikaya, Sutta 4.180. There also the same thing is said. So always remember, any monk teach anything, you must always compare it with the suttas. And if you are a monk or nun, you can compare it with the Vinaya also. It does not conform to the suttas and the Vinaya, then it is not the Buddha's words. So when you use this criterion, you find, for example, the Abhidhamma. There are many things in the Abhidhamma that contradict the suttas. So from there, we know it is not the Buddha's words. Similarly with other later books, for example, Visuddhimagga. Although Visuddhimagga is quite a good book, but unfortunately there are certain things in Visuddhimagga which contradict the Buddha's words. One of them is, for example, in the suttas, the Buddha says if you practice mindfulness of breathing, anapanasati, you can attain all the 4 rupa jhanas and all the 4 arupas or arupa jhanas, plus the cessation of perception and feeling. All the states of samadhi can be attained just by practicing anapanasati. But in the Visuddhimagga, it says that if you practice anapanasati, the most you can get 4 rupa jhanas. So there are many other contradictions. For example, in the Abhidhamma, they talk about this 6 destinations, 6 destinations of rebirth, whereas the Buddha talked about 5 destinations of rebirth. 5 destinations of rebirth are heaven, the human realm, and the 3 woeful planes, ghost, animal, and hell realm. And then the Abhidhamma added the Asura realm under the woeful planes, just like the later Mahayana books did, the Mahayana books. So you can know from this that the Abhidhamma arose around the same time as the Mahayana books, which is 500 years after the Buddha's passing on. So always remember, I must compare with the suttas and the Vinaya. Then the Lord